2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, they've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know,
Huge
typically
deals.
Huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season. So you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets. To get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. On the road and hungry for a win against a Western Conference rival, the Golden State Warriors are ready for this thing to get started. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. The Mavericks hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. Very strong basketball is the recipe for them right now. 4 straight wins, looking for number 5.
Well, they played extremely well during this win streak, Kevin, but right now they're in the midst of a game that might not continue it. The team they're facing wants to end the streak that they're on right now.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin, Klay Thompson continues to be happy with his role on the Warriors. He said winning is so much fun. It's one thing to put up numbers, and it's another to sacrifice and be on the best team in the NBA. I'll take the latter every time. At the end of the day, people are going to remember championships. That's what it's all about. That's absolutely right. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That's the mindset you have to have. In the end, winning titles should be the ultimate goal. Doris, a wealth of experience, will be out on that floor here tonight. 2 veteran ball clubs for sure. What kind of game does that typically bring us?
Well, like you, Kevin, these guys are very savvy.
Yes.
They'll bring good fundamentals, they understand the big picture, and they know how to play the right way.
So Dallas will get the first possession. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, lethal shooting pair of Klay and KD out on the perimeter. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Livingston in at the point.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
You look at the height of Sean Livingston, Doris, and how he is able to both score and facilitate for others. He is a coach's dream in that regard.
Well, Sean Livingston is a mismatch nightmare because with his size, he can shoot over most point guards in the post or in the mid-range. But then if you put a bigger player on him, he can create mismatches at other positions. He's a tough guard.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. And the Mavericks with possession here. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close-range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Now here's Green. He's covered closely. It's good. Green's got his first 2 points of the night.
How aggressive is Draymond Green down on the low box? Looks so comfortable right now.
And Smith gets double teamed. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Durant. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
They get a hand on it. Durant with the steal. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Boy, if you allow Kevin Durant to play in space, in transition, you can turn the lights out.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here is Smith playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. And oh, here comes Durant all alone. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And how's that for a solo performance?
Well, you couldn't do it any better than that, Greg. Textbook execution on the break.
Durant's gone 4 for 4 from the field. Perfect so far. Smith dishes to Barnes. Will it go? That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Barnes has got 5 now.
Well, smart enough to know if there's going to be congestion in there when he's attacking. Barnes gets to that in-between game.
And that pattern continues, guys. Another heat check, another log on the fire.
Boy, the opposition has got to feel an avalanche bearing down on them right now. They're wiping them off the floor.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the score by Golden State. All alone. At this time, his first miss in 3 attempts from the field. Here's Durant, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. He's got 12.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Feeds to Nowitzki. From about 16, yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists in the game. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they've been aggressive and assertive right from the opening tip. They've seized command of this game. Let's see what happens.
Here's Barnes. The Warriors making the shot. Back to Smith. Smith drawn the double team. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Barnes. Warriors with the rebound. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs. And they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note.
Some rookies have had a very hot hand this season. These are the best three-point shooters in the NBA's freshman class. Dennis Smith, fourth.
And I think there's a little rivalry among that group of rookie bombers. I know he'd love to see his name all the way at the top of the list.
And here are the Mavericks now. A 12-point game. Matthews passes to Smith. Dallas moving the ball around. Nowitzki a screen. Down low. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
I'll tell you guys, what a delivery on that lead pass. He puts it right where his teammate can go get it.
Here's Green. Misses off the left iron.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
He gets stolen by Livingston, and now it's Green running. He can go all the way, and it's Green with the jam.
Let's make no mistake, Draymond Green is a masterful defender. You have to love the activity.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Doris, regarding league expansion with the popularity of international basketball, you think there'll ever be a team added to the NBA that is not located in North America?
You know, this is a fascinating supposition because the game is so popular in China. The game is increasingly popular in any number of non-NBA cities in Europe, Kev. I just wonder about the logistics of it. We talk all the time about the difficulty of the travel schedule and then the games in a certain number of nights. If you're incorporating overseas travel, it just seems to me that that's going to be a tough jigsaw to work out.
It could be. If you're playing on the East Coast and playing a London or a Paris, those flights probably don't measure much over 7 hours. But I get your point, and that, you know, all leagues are looking at this now very closely.
This is something the league is looking hard at. It'll be curious to see what occurs from it.
I think one of the things, too, is do we need to influence overseas markets now to find new revenues? I think that's something that all the leagues are looking at. Here's Smith, following the basket by Draymond Green. Barnes outside, 6 on the shot clock. Barnes with another miss.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And, guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
Now, here is Smith. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And that one's good, Barnes.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Well, you can tell Kevin Durant is percolating right now. He is exceptional at getting to his rhythm.
Mavericks trailed by 14. Guarded by Green. Back to Smith. Trying to get open is Nowitzki. Second shot opportunity. No good on that one. Great D that time from Green. Warriors leading by 14. And Thompson kicks to Durant. Over Barnes. And it's Golden State with another.
Timeout. I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
And the Mavericks call time here. Doris, some players, no matter how hard they try, can't make free throws in games. You spent a lot of your playing time at the line, playing guard for Providence. Why do you think this mental block is there for some players?
It's amazing the power of the mind relative to sports performance, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Because I do believe very often this can be much more about the mental than the physical side of it. Think back to Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, guys who are physically massive, and they say the size of their hand impacts their ability to shoot it. But to me, there is no question about it that sometimes it's just you're afraid. It's like the yips in golf. You just can't figure it out. And it becomes a scary place to be, standing alone on the free throw line.
Good comparison. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. And Golden State also making a change. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Pachulia. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 6 assists now in the game.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And it's sent back by Nowitzki.
And Dirk has always been a bit underrated defensively. Superb length to contest and block shots.
Another 3 for Dallas.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
And it's Iguodala with the jam.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Powell dishes to Matthews. And Thompson sends it back.
We know that Thompson is an excellent defender. He does such a good job timing shots for those rejections.
Knocked loose. Matthews with it, picked up by Thompson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And a look here at the shot chart for Durant.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
Here's Nowitzki, and a miss there off the inbound. Warriors leading by 12. And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Boy, you cannot let Andre Iguodala sprint past you in transition. He's a big-time threat in that environment.
For Dallas, they've gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Nowitzki a screen. Correa the pass to Powell, and Durant comes to help. Powell kicks to Barea. He can't get that one, so Golden State will take it the other way. Here's Iguodala. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. And it's 6 points for Andre Iguodala.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Inside. And that one's good, Barnes.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Farrell. Mavericks trail by 14. Barea, that's a two-pointer. Another miss by Barea.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Thompson misses.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Got a piece of it. Livingston dishes to Thompson. Lays it up off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 16.
Well, Klay Thompson possesses great size at the two-guard spot, and he can mix his game and find a way to score on the interior.
Farrell gets the bucket.
Gentlemen, this guy goes from good three-point shooter to great when you give him that kind of space.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Here is Barea. Following the basket by Draymond Green. Now the Warriors moving it up for the finish. And it's Green with the jam.
Boy, you like how Draymond Green went right through the defense there. He doesn't let the physicality impede his progress.
Mavericks trail by 17. They double him with Green. In the corner, Farrell. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Farrell's got 5 now.
I'll tell you, he turns a difficult situation of duress into a simple basket with a precision pass out of the double team. And how about last season, Steve Kerr becoming the fastest coach in NBA history to reach the 200-win plateau? This guy has had nothing but success in his first run and already considered one of the elite coaches in the league.
And Doris, for Kerr to get win number 200, the team only needed 238 games played. For those wondering, that is an insane 84% winning percentage.
Wow. Yeah, Kev, you look at all the coaches in any sport, and none of them comes close to that career winning percentage. And for all his success, the guy remains humble and does nothing but give credit to the players. This guy deserves recognition for an incredible record.
And the first one drops.
Well, how about the guy, undrafted, undersized guard out of Puerto Rico? What a career J.J. Barea has made for himself.
Measury, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Golden State also making some changes. David West, he's checked in for Durant. Patrick McCaw comes in for Thompson. And Cook subbed in for Sean Livingston. Both shots good from the stripe. Doris is a former guard. You know how much energy it takes to run a team and think a game as well as score. I mean, there's a lot on your plate at that position. But backcourt guys get an advantage of playing with a consistently high motor.
Well, Russell Westbrook, in addition to his ferocity, seems to be able to sustain his level of energy across a 48-minute game. I feel like the guy never gets a rest, so he's one high motor guy. I'll tell you a guy who doesn't do it the same way, but still it's required that he has a level of endurance that maybe would shock people, is James Harden. Like, the guy has the basketball in his hands. He's number one priority in terms of the defensive scout. So Russell Westbrook and James Harden, though they go about the job differently, both are phenomenal at having a great endurance and having the ball so much.
That free throw, no good. And Yogi Ferrell, undrafted out of Indiana, parlayed a strong 10-day performance contract with the Mavericks last season into a 2-year deal.
And how about in his first game with the Mavs, he starts and leads them to their first victory in San Antonio since 2011. And what does he do for an encore? Just drop 32 on Portland, including a rookie record 9 threes. That's what you call doing work.
Warriors leading by 14. 1:15 left to play in the first. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And these are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, showing you the top shooting teams in the league. That's the name of the game, putting the ball in the basket. The Warriors, number 1.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Barea with a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
One of the steals of the draft last season might have been Patrick McCaw, the former UNLV player. Doris fit right in with what the Warriors were trying to do on the floor, and he saw a good amount of rotation minutes.
Well, McCaw proved he was ready to play early in his NBA career. There's no doubt about that. He's got incredible range shooting the basketball. He's also very rangy with how he defends. So much to like about this guy's game.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And at this point, everyone knows just how deadly this Warriors offense can be. So many weapons and all the stars that can just take over a game, Doors. It really is a matter of pick your poison.
Well, to me, Kev, it's arguably one of the best offenses the NBA has ever seen. Statistically, they have put up numbers on par with any other great team in history. The threes are the sizzle, but to measure this team strictly in that category would be a disservice. He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
Two.
That free throw, no good. No luck that time either. Mavericks trail by 16. Barnes with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Here's Farrell. 8 points his last outing. Tipped away. Down to 5 on the shot clock. With 4 seconds on the clock.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And certainly one of the game's bigger personalities, Draymond Green, had this to say about his approach to leadership.
Most importantly, it's just about how the guys respond to me. And, just really bringing that energy and that attitude and that fire each and every night, every day, whether it's in practice, whether it's, in the game, whatever it is, just always bringing that energy and that passion.
A heart and soul guy, Draymond Green has the kind of spirit, guys, that everyone else can just kind of feed off of.
Yeah, his talents and contributions now being appreciated. He's forced his way into the discussion of top 10 players in our league.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
I mean, tremendous ball and body movement to start this game.
I think they're moving the basketball incredibly well and getting to the right spots on the floor, and it's really providing easy opportunities.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. We've got West, Cook out there with McCall. Then there's Iguodala, and it's Young in at the 3-side. Harris outside. Powell with the screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Young passes to Cook. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Cook's got his first basket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's the screen. Mejri kicks to Harris. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Andre Iguodala. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's getting around 4 points a game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And right now, he's just a role player, but he's working hard and contributing in spurts.
Well, we've certainly seen flashes of what this guy can do, but he has got to find a way to consistently do it if he wants to be a starter.
No good on that one. Doris, this is about the time the trades start to happen. But let me ask you, if you acquire someone mid-season, this is always tricky. Can you reasonably expect that person then to continue and help you in the playoffs?
I think you can, Kevin. I think some of it is how well does that person fit, both in terms of the skill set they bring to the table. Do they complement the pieces already in existence? And the other part is, and maybe the untold part, is the personality aspect of this. Think back to Cleveland's championship, LeBron's first in Cleveland and the first in countless years in the city of Cleveland, Channing Frye. People will not necessarily associate him with that championship, but if you ask the Cleveland Cavaliers, that guy's ability to mesh on the basketball basketball floor and bring the respective pieces of the puzzle together were crucial in that championship? The answer is a definitive yes, you can.
So what I'm hearing in your answer is that it's a lot on the floor, but boy, there's a lot to consider what they do off the floor, in your locker room.
Yeah, both pieces important, no doubt.
Dallas making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. Pachulia, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Harris. 9 points last game. The kick out to Matthews. He dishes it to Barea. Harris setting the pick for Barea. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pachulia. Smith checked in for Dallas. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Matthews. A 3 ball. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. They get a hand on it.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Pachulia into the lane. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Pachulia's toughness on display. Skies for the easy finish.
Dallas calls timeout. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
Well, you wouldn't think about it with the position he plays, but, you know, Doris Pachulia is an underrated playmaker, very knowledgeable about how to space the floor, and also can drop a perfect pass to a cutter if you let him.
Well, he's the near-perfect teammate because he always understands the role that you want him to play. High IQ, he sees the floor, and he's very unselfish, Kev. He likes to make that extra pass.
We'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Mavericks. They double him with West. For the 3, Warriors with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. 5th best, Dennis Smith.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I gotta say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
And Smith gets double teamed. Measury with it. West picks him up from 13. That one wide left.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
And to me, that's all about the body control, right, Greg? I mean, he does such a stellar job sizing up his man and drains it despite having the size on him.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Warriors leading by 22. The second effort, and it's good on the way in. West has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
Knocks down the 3 ball. 5 points in the game.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
Banked in off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Dallas, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Smith kicks to Matthews. Passes it to Mejri. And here's Harris from the arc. Another three for Dallas.
I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the three.
Puts it up from 12. And David West again. West has got 8.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They double him with West. West with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Really found his stroke here in the second quarter after missing everything in the first.
Dallas has gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. And Pachulia pulls it down.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now. Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
Smith on the wing. Dallas moving it around. Pass to Mejri. It's Matthews on the wing. And Young comes over to help. Clock at 6. Harris inside the line. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
And Young with the stuff.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
And Young comes over to help. Young with the steal. And now here comes Young leading the break. And he banks in the layup. He has 6.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for him.
I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are. And I love the pace they're playing with right now.
They set the pick. Out to Harris. Looking to end the drought. Doesn't go for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. The feed to Cook. Shoots from the block. It's deflected. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Smith with the ball. And here we go. Warriors running again. He gets that one. Cook's got his second basket.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And in terms of just how explosive this Warriors team can be, they can get hot over a course of a few minutes. And Doris just put a team away. The way they can shoot from deep and then play defense is just overwhelming.
How often have we seen, Kev, the game might be a 2 or 3 possession game, and within seconds, all of a sudden, they're up 20. They're incredibly deep shooting. Their ability to play off their own made shots and build momentum can steamroll a team.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Yogi Ferrell comes in for Devin Harris. Different look here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for West. Durant comes in for Young. Thompson, he's checked in for Patrick McCaw. And it's Livingston in for Cook. Dallas has gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. Here's Ferrell. He's covered by Thompson. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Livingston is running. Excellent defense there from Smith. The Mavericks shooting the ball at 42%. Now the pass to Ferrell. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Ferrell. He's covered by Livingston. Back to Smith. Poked away. Clock at 4. Out in his own on the break. For the finish. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And Pachulia over to help. Pass to Smith. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Nowitzki, no good.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Now here is Smith. He's covered by Livingston. Smith with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Nowitzki a screen. Guarded by Green. Kicks to Matthews. Pachulia with the steal. It's off his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Pachulia. .158 left here in the second. Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And Durant comes to help. Barea dishes to Nowitzki. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got his third assist on the night.
I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
Durant, that's good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Dallas has gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter, 4 for 8. And it goes down 2 points. Durant's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
And Durant comes to help. That's tipped, stolen by Durant. Goes up, and then Durant with the jam.
Boy, how about that look from Klay Thompson? For a player known for his shooting, that passing, very special.
Now the Mavericks with it. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Iguodala with the steal. From the baseline. And it's Golden State with another.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. And Green with the basket on the assist by Livingston. 20 points for Draymond Green.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, 3-ball is one of Nowitzki's favorite tools in the arsenal, and it's borderline unblockable given his size.
Barnes outside to the inside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kevin Durant. The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
I don't know how you couldn't admire the love and passion Nowitzki has for the game. This guy's a terrific teammate who just continues to get it done.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 9 seconds left to play here in the half. Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Now, this is why guys love playing with Draymond Green. If you're open, he'll find you, and his feel for the game is amazing.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Warriors on top, opening up a huge gap. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 30 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
I don't know how you're not a big fan of his game. He plays fast, aggressive, and if you let him get to the rim, he leaves nothing to chance.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. Then there's Nowitzki. Then there's Harrison Barnes. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Smith outside. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. He's got 7.
Yeah, and no doubt Smith has the vision. When one of his guys has a clean look, he's quick to get the ball to them.
That'll be a 5-second call. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Warriors.
And this is the kind of performance that everyone talks about seeing in person. The way he's attacked the defense with no hesitation, the tough shots he's taken and made, just a masterpiece. When he gets it going, he can put up some big numbers.
Down low, Dirk.
Stolen by Durant. Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, you have to respect Kevin Durant's ability to pick up fouls, and I love seeing him drive with authority.
And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
That free throw good from Durant.
Well, Kevin Durant, one of the more efficient players that we have ever seen. This guy is a juggernaut by himself on the offensive end. He can score from virtually any spot on the court.
Durant hits them both. Doris, you talk about versatility of players, but as a broadcaster, you've been a courtside reporter, game analyst, a studio host, you name it. What do you prefer to do? What do you like most?
There's no question about it, Kev. The analyst role is the absolute most fun. Now, the only thing that might push that over the top is to sit beside the great Kevin Harlan.
Nowitzki with the steal. Matthews against Thompson. Nowitzki for three. Not going to go that time. So Golden State will take it the other way. From 17 feet out, it's rebounded by Dallas. Now here's Matthews. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
Boy, you look back on the signing, guys, of Wesley Matthews in Dallas. 4 years, $70 million for a player coming off an Achilles tear. This is an injury that has ruined many a career. That was a huge gamble for the Mavericks.
The Mavericks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first.
Well, it wasn't that long ago when Wesley Matthews, coming off that injury, signed that $70 million contract.
Both shots good from the stripe. Now here's Livingston.
Fantastic passing from Pachulia, dropping dimes for a big man.
That was a terrific replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Smith the pass to Nowitzki. Dallas moving it around. Smith kicks to Barnes. Dallas no good that time either. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Thompson. He drains the quick shot. Thompson's got 6.
Well, Thompson is so great at sprinting up the floor, exceptional at getting to the right spot.
It's stolen by Livingston. Over Smith. And too long on the shot.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
Dallas again missing. Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in him. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players.
And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects. Checking out the stats for Durant. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, averaging about 27 points per, 8 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got his first points of the night.
How about the quick release there by Smith? He does not lack confidence when he's in attack mode.
And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
Here's Durant, and then Durant with the dunk.
Kevin Durant makes that dunk look easy. He's so big, you can't do anything about it.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
And with the break here, let's look at the stats for Thompson. 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to his efficiency from three, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Here's Livingston. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Smith kicks to Barnes. And Durant comes to help. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's foul number 2 for him. Mavericks making a switch here. Measury's checked in. Cook, he's checked in for the Warriors. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Now here is Smith. He's guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3 from Barnes. The shot, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. That one good for 2. Cook's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Barnes outside. Barnes with another miss. The Warriors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Wasted no time on that one. Cook's got 4 points this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Nowitzki a screen. They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Now we get a chance to view the NBA's best setup men. Draymond Green, 4th.
His passing has been so terrific. You can see his unselfishness really rubbing off on the rest of the team.
Devin Harris is checked in for Dallas. And Golden State also making a change. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Barnes can't get it to go.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Cook, good.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
Really just sheer dominance, going into enemy territory and flat out taking over this one.
They set the screen. Matthews dishes to Smith. Out to Harris. To halt the run, they get the rebound. The Warriors have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Well, Durant embracing the contact, Kevin. He plays with so much confidence.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. And Matthews gets it to go.
Well, we all know that Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is considered one of the best in the NBA in terms of his ability to X and O. He is outstanding at maximizing his players' strengths and putting them in positions to succeed.
And Carlisle last season selected by general managers as the coach who makes the best in-game adjustments in the league.
Well, think about this. He came in second to Greg Popovich in voting for best coach in the league overall. Everyone understands that in terms of X and O ability, Rick Carlisle is at the very top of the list. You will not find very often a more complete package in that position than Rick Carlisle. Well, obviously, I think when you watch the Golden State Warriors, when their pieces are clicking and humming all at the same time, it seems to me, guys, they're unbeatable.
And Durant comes to help. Harris kicks to Barea. That 3 off the mark. The Warriors shooting an absolutely astounding 80% from the field. Everything is falling. He gets that one. Durant's got 43 points. Well, to illustrate your point with the Warriors, Doris, they were 60-0 last season when they had hit 10 threes in a game. Only if their shooters go extremely cold do they let games slip away.
This is correct, Kev, and that's exactly what you expect from great teams. There is so much firepower on their team that unless they struggle to shoot the basketball, you're going to have a hard time beating them.
Powell, he's checked in for Matthews. And the Warriors also making a change. Iguodala's checked in. Passes to McCaw. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And whatever the adjustments at halftime, they are looking really good right now.
Well, there's no doubt this quarter has been all about them. They've come out hot, and they're not showing any signs of letting up.
Barea kicks to Powell. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. And they get it. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, scoring isn't coming naturally to him right now. Looking a little bit uncomfortable out there.
Barea kicks to Barnes. Pass to Mejri. Barea dishes to Powell. They double him with West. Knocked away. Inside. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good. Mejri's got his first bucket of the night.
That's not a bad plan of action right there, guys. Attack the defense in the low post.
Here's McCaw. It's rebounded by Dallas. Mejri's got his 4th rebound in this one. Barea kicks to Harris. No good on the 3.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
McCaw with the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Dallas shooting terrible so far in the second half, down around 26%. Barea, the pass to Barnes. And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Take a look at the Warriors. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, the Mavericks, just way behind.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
And with one eye already on the off season, I would guess they start tinkering with lineups, different personnel combinations as this season wraps up. That way they can start forming a plan for the future.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Smooth sailing for Golden State. Here's Cook. And a miss there off the inbound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Barnes kicks to Mejri. Powell dishes to Barea. Dallas again missing.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
In the corner, Farrell. There's the dish to Powell. Traps in the tray. Powell's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Listen, what we know is this guy is a good finisher, and Powell now trying to extend that range, make people respect him out beyond the arc.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Farrell. 6 points for him. He feeds it to Barea. They double him with West. West with the steal. And it goes out of bounds. That one off West.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Harrison Barnes. Over the last month, getting it done. Putting up about 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
And the pass to Mejri. At the top of the key, Powell. Over to the left wing. 5 to shoot. For Dallas, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. And the Mavericks, one of the more forward-thinking franchises in the NBA, they were among the first, Doris, to embrace analytics.
Well, listen, this is an organization that ownership has a background in technology, so it makes sense for them to grasp onto those analytics. But for me, it's about combining that with the fierce competitiveness and a team hungry to find every edge. You know, he clearly made adjustments at halftime. Smooth offense right now.
Pass to Farrell. Dishes to Powell. Back to Farrell. Dallas moving it around. Clock at 4. It's stolen. Barnes against Young. Here's Iguodala, and the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Well, you got to admire how effective Andre Iguodala is, just excelling at getting inside and finishing with authority.
And here's Barea. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. And Iguodala comes to help. Launches it. And it's J.J. Barea with the 3. Barea's got 5.
That consistency from distance, that's something J.J. Barea has worked on, and you can see the results here.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Nowitzki a screen. Feeds to Barnes. And it's sent back by West. And they'll keep possession. The Warriors shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field.
Well, what a great look by Andre Iguodala. We know he's unselfish. If there's space for his guy, he's going to find him.
There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. To the inside. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
Farrell kicks to Nowitzki. Another 3 for Dallas.
Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night. 3 in the first half.
And it's the Warriors' ball. From 17 feet out, it's rebounded by Farrell. Dallas shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Lets it go with a 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Here's West, and the stuff by West.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Barnes outside. 1 second left. No good there. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. Offensively, this has been his best game of the season. This is the most points he's scored all year. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. They've got Young. JaVale McGee is out there with Bell. And there's Livingston. And it's McCaw in at the 2. A 3 off the inbound. They get it back. Unable to get that one. And so here is Golden State. And it's McGee with the jam.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Doors one trend we've seen in the league, and emphasis on getting back defensively rather than pounding the offensive glass. I think of San Antonio a little bit when I think about that. Why is that, you think?
You know, I don't know if this is something cyclical and we'll eventually see teams emphasize getting to the offensive glass as a means. Child, please.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Farrell kicks to Powell. A three-pointer is right on target.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. To the paint. He doesn't hit that one. And Golden State will come the other way. Here's Livingston. And the layup is good. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 15 assists. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. They set the pick. Farrell for 3. The shot misses. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. But they recover it.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
In the corner, Powell with it. It's good from long range. Powell's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Mavs.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Farrell. He's covered by Livingston. Motley the pass to Farrell. Dallas moving it around. Powell with the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. The Warriors pull it in. Livingston dishes to Bell. And he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Powell with the screen. Rebounded by McGee.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Passes it to Motley. He kicks to Powell. Motley the pass to Farrell. From past the arc. That one no good. Warriors have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. McCaw with the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dallas has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Dwight Powell. And the Warriors also making a change. Pachulia has checked in. Warriors coach Popovich down in San Antonio once said that a female NBA coach is going to happen. How much longer do you think it'll take for that to happen?
Well, I'm so grateful to Greg Popovich for getting the process that has to be part of the equation started, right? He hires Becky Hammon as the first full-time assistant in the NBA. Just like I would like to see doors open on the general manager side and let somebody start in the personnel aspect. Doors have to open before we can walk through them. It will take some time because you've got to pay your dues now as an assistant coach, but at least the process has started, and I'm so grateful to the Spurs and Pop for getting it started.
And to be quite honest, as a broadcaster, you're a pioneer from that end of it. We know that there's a lot of quality thought, male or female, but you've represented females, women, very well with what you do.
I've been very lucky, Kevin, and thankful for the opportunity, certainly.
The first one falls. So he gets them both. And so here is Dallas. Now Harris. Stolen. And it's the Warriors on the break. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
There's a good screen. Floats one. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
And it's the Warriors on the break. Livingston is running. Offensive rebound. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And it's not the half-court D that's been the problem. It's scores like that which are killing them.
Harris kicks to Farrell. McRoberts. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
That's the point, guys. When your lead playmaker can get to the rim like that and convert, monster advantage.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Measury's checked in. Cook, he's checked in for the Warriors. Poked loose. And here we go with Cook heading to the hoop. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
McRoberts, the pass to Measury. Dallas moving the ball around. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Had the space there, but it's offline. Here's Young. Here's Pachulia. Good on the short little jump shot.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Harris with it. The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
Right, they're making it easy for the opposition. You can't afford to cough the ball up like that.
Now here is Harris. There's the pick. Matthews, no one around him. They get it again. Measry, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Harris dishes to Matthews, and Pachulia over to help. Measry kicks to McRoberts. Here's Farrell. Uncovered. McRoberts' shot is good. Here is Cook. Here's Pachulia. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Pachulia's got 8 here in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
He dishes it to Cook. He goes up again. Pachulia, no luck.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
Farrell for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Young's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Bell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And wasting no time in transition, really pushing the pace.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Doors with the players being so athletic and the plays happening so incredibly fast, the league is looking at maybe 4 or 5 officials. Wow. Would that just be more whistles or better officiating?
I'm glad you're chuckling about this because I don't know how the geometry of this works.
Thank you.
As it is, sometimes the size of the players seems to swallow up dimensions of the floor. Kevin, one of the things that Steve Kerr once said to me was, we are trying to make officiating a science when in fact officiating is an art, and sometimes mistakes is part of the human dynamic. Can we leave the officials alone, please?
And I think if they're over 90% correct, which is I think even low in terms of success in them calling a game, that is phenomenal. And the analytics, as you know, Doris, coming from the league office is off the charts. They've never been more detail oriented.
Correct. The NBA officials are the best in the world. Are they perfect? No. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Let's just play on.
Poked loose. It's stolen by Bell. Here's Cook. That one, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Matthews passes to Barea. With the floater. No good on that one. Excellent D there from Pachulia. Warriors shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. Young's shot is off.
Simply have to go up stronger than that. Could be a simple layup if he shows a little more determination.
The feed now to Barea. And Young comes over to help. Back to Matthews. Looking to end the run. Second shot opportunity. McRoberts misses. And Young, here we go. Second chance shot. And Pachulia with the lay-in. Good. Pachulia's got 10 points here in the second half.
Pachulia just tireless on the boards. Throws himself at the basket to get any rebound he can.
Matthews with it. And Young picks him up defensively. The kick out to Matthews. They get the rebound. No good. Shot missing. Measury's gone 2 for 7 from the field. And Young, here we go. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side,
shot, gentlemen.
one that I think most will try to forget.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kevin Durant.
Well, guys, this guy has been a handful all night long. His scoring really propelled them. And no matter what the matchup was or what the scheme they tried to use, they could not keep this guy in check.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from three, and I'll tell you, they put it to good use here.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Doris, there are always rumblings about teams and players who don't like what the press is writing about them, trying to ban certain media members from the locker room. What's the danger, you think, in doing that?
To me, any credentialed media should never be banned from a locker room, from an opportunity to bring their fans closer to the sport, simply because you object either about the content of the coverage or the amount of coverage does not exclude a media member from the locker room. I think it's a very dangerous precedent, Kev.
Good point. And so Bell nails both of them. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. That's tipped. Now the Warriors moving it up. Bell leading the charge.
And the steal then right into the fast break. Great awareness.
Yes, intercepted the ball in stride. Turnovers like this are devastating to the opposition.
Barea dishes to Barnes. Back to Barea. And he uses the glass on the layup.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
Young's shot is off. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. Timeout called the Warriors. Guys, your thoughts?
And you just have to avoid silly fouls here, guys. Defend with caution. Maybe get ready to make some free throws. If they can do that, they'll be looking really good here.
And Doris, not a lot of assists for Harrison Barnes throughout his career. For you, is that a concern?
Not really, Kev, because his job with this team is to score the basketball. The other thing you like, this is a guy who keeps his turnovers low. Doesn't like to freelance and do too much.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Barea kicks to Barnes. Knocked loose.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him two chances at the free throw line here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. "20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Barea kicks to Barnes, and he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Barea. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Young. And the shot no good, a bit short. Harris outside. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Andre. I know if you could bottle a game like tonight, you would. But what's the key as you look forward to these upcoming games?
The key is just not letting all the outside distractions, get in the way of letting us do what we want to do. So we got to come in, play tough, and guys be ready to play.
Great performance tonight, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.